Welcome to Haunt Weekly.
Hello everyone, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And this is Haunt Weekly, a weekly podcast for the haunted attraction and entertainment community, whether you're an actor, owner, or just plain aficionado. We do a podcast for you, and we return to you with a bit of a mea culpa. Because we were supposed to have a guest on this week. We had actually mentioned it previously. But we both have had very busy days at work this past week, and neither of us invited anyone.
Yeah, it kind of fell off the side of the road.
Yeah, and that's not anyone's fault. It just happened. So if you are someone who's been in contact with us and are hoping for an invite to the show, be watching out over the next few weeks, because next week's episode is divisible by 4. Therefore, it's time to do the news. But after that, I'm hoping we have a guest. So 2 weeks from now, we're going to get back in the guest groove. But this week, we have an important topic. And I've got to say, this topic stems from some recent experiences, we'll say.
That's fair.
And we're talking about 5 ways that haunts unintentionally screw their customers. And I'm putting the unintentionally there on purpose because I choose not to believe malice on these.
Yeah.
I have chosen not to believe malice, and I've chosen to believe this is accidental, lack of foresight, people not seeing what's going on, and hey, that happens. Not a judgment. God knows I've accidentally screwed people too.
No.
I mean, not in that context. But you know what I mean? I have made mistakes in this area before.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm wanting to give other haunts the benefit of the doubt I give myself.
That sounds fair.
So that's what we're talking about this week is 5 ways that haunts unintentionally screw guests. But hey, if you want to listen to more of our stuff, please do check us out. We're at hauntweekly.com. Haunt Weekly on Twitter, Haunt Weekly on Facebook, and youtube.com/HauntWeekly. That's our YouTube channel. Every episode we've ever recorded is there. So if you need to catch up on something or there's a topic you're especially interested in, great place to do it. Also, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify. Wherever you get your podcast from, we're there too. All right. So on that note, like I said, this week's topic is 5 ways that haunts unintentionally screw guests or customers.
Yes. We do have a quick housekeeping note.
Please do.
We started clean out of our haunt this week.
Yeah, it's true. We need to talk about this for a few minutes.
Yeah, we've spent a couple of hours out there trying to get the queue line back together.
Okay, and here's the deal. As we have mentioned multiple times on this podcast, we have not been able to open since 2018. 2019, we were closed due to road construction. 2020, 2021, the ongoing global bastard was the problem.
Yep.
And now in 2022, we're hoping to open back up with a haunt that we legitimately finished in 2018.
Yeah.
Like late 2018, early 2019. We finished this haunt. And so as we said last week, we're a little bit fucking sick of it. Because we've been dealing with it for 4 fucking years now, it feels like.
Yeah.
So we're very, very glad to get people in, to show it off, to get some scares, and then build something the fuck new. But this weekend was different.
Yeah.
We had to go through, and we've been working on the queue line specifically. Because we have the huge queue line structure. Which, okay, it's not huge, but for a home haunt, it's huge. It's absolutely batshit insane for a home haunt. And one of the things we've been doing is trying to reconvert it to a queue line.
Right, because when we realized the pandemic was going to continue, we might have gotten a hot tub and put it in there and took out some walls. Yeah. So
we took out some of the cattle gates, we put in a hot tub, and then the person who's responsible for maintaining the hot tub didn't.
It doesn't matter.
Not really. But basically, the hot tub got stupid gross.
Yeah, it fell into disrepair.
It fell into extreme disrepair.
Our neighbor has not been trimming back this vine, morning glories, that grow in her yard, so it overtook the entire structure. So that's what we've been doing.
We had a rare combination of a lot of bullshit we did to it, and a lot of bullshit the neighbor did to it.
Yeah.
And basically we've been out there deconstructing a hot tub and moving it to the trash. Because it is not going to function for anything else.
No.
Not at that gross state. But also removing a lot of plant life.
Yeah.
And the plant life, I think, has been the most frustrating part. Because, we've been very careful about the wood we buy and how we set up things.
Mm-hmm.
But we have so much wood that is dyed green now.
Mm-hmm.
Because of plant jizz.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not mold. And we're actually looking at getting a power wash to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And we get the same green shit on our house, even though we have vinyl siding. So we're very familiar with it. But it's just so annoying that we have to do this. But anyways, we cleaned out the main area of the queue line, got the hot tub disassembled, moved it functionally to the curb. Not literally, but functionally.
Yeah.
Swept out the area, got all the chemicals and other odds and ends in one place. We're trying to give those away because it's kind of hard to throw those out. And basically, we've gotten our queue line, the structure at least, pretty much in working order, other than having to reassemble the cattle gates.
Yeah. Those should be easy to put back in place.
Yeah, we both hope.
Yeah, that's fair.
I never say anything with the haunt is easy now. Because I have said, oh yeah, that'll be easy way too many times and gotten fucking reamed for it.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm not going to sit here on this podcast in front of God and country and profess that this is going to be easy until I actually establish it's easy.
Okay, that's fine.
Because God knows we have made so many mistakes in that line. But yeah, we did about 2 hours worth of work, and I know that sounds so minimal, but 2 hours worth of work after 3 years of no work?
Yeah. Plus, it was downpouring yesterday.
Yes.
Like, we didn't get any work yesterday.
Yeah, we were supposed to start work yesterday.
Yeah, and today it was overcast, and in the 90s. So, this is not pleasant to be outside.
No, and we combine that with the fact that I'm pretty sure that hot tub has grown every infectious disease known to man.
There were so many spiders.
So many spiders, so much slime. And slime, I think that needs the H in it, is slime. It wasn't even like slime. It was slime, whatever that is. Basically, yeah, we spent a lot of time doing very gross, very difficult physical labor.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's us keeping you up to date on what's going on with our haunt. Basically, gross shit.
Yep.
So, what's happening with all of y'all? On that end, we ask a question a week every week, and last week's question of the week was, what are your hopes and dreams for the 2022 haunt season? What are you hoping for? And we got a fuck ton of good answers. So why don't you start us off, Crystal?
All right. Maximus Christian Bryant said wants to win the Tater Award for Most Entertaining Actor. He's never won it, and his Pumpkin Smasher character is pretty well known in that area.
Yeah,
so I'm
no.
kind of surprised by this.
Yeah, I am a little surprised too. I also want to say that we all love Tater. We all love Tater as much as any haunter loves Tater. But really, to name that award after him?
Anyway,
not going to jump too deep into that. Brian Du Bois said he wants to have a new attendance record while also decreasing wait time.
That'll be interesting. I'll see how that one works out.
Here's the thing. It can be done.
Yeah.
It absolutely, Brian, if you're listening to this, and I hope you are, it 100% can be done. Here's the secret. Go through your haunt, find every element that is choking your throughput or slowing you down, and kill it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, well, and for us, we were able to increase the input whenever we started building things that didn't break as easy, because we didn't have to hold up the line to fix things on the fly.
You know, you say that, but there are still times we have to fix things. But now they're the extreme circumstances, not just through wear and tear.
Right.
Like, recently we had to fix because a guy broke a 2x4 with his shoulder because
that wasn't recently. That was one of the first years.
But that's an example of something that, like, we could not have built better.
Right. We could not have built that one
better. We could not build our way out of that one.
Yeah.
A 2x4 is a 2x4 is a 2x4. Yeah. And if you break a 2x4 with your shoulder because you're scared, Jesus Christ, don't come to haunted houses.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is that's no longer a 2x4. Now it's a steel pipe.
And if he and I will tell this person, if he breaks the steel pipe, I mean, I can't offer him any money or anything, but
No,
he will have my eternal respect.
Yeah, I think they'd break the wall, the frame for the gag before the steel pipe was broken. Anyway.
Okay, moving on.
Halloween Haunts 365 said 34 haunts and a total of 126 walkthroughs that they're doing this season.
Dude, good luck.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Mike Ross, the legendary Mike Ross, no less, said no stroke or heart attack. That's a good bar there.
Yeah, yes, and be on the lookout for his movie.
Yeah, no, we're hopefully going to do a review or something with it soon. We've gotten the information. We have not seen it yet, but the poster looks cool.
Yeah. Victor Ruelas said Not to Die is running a home haunt and helping out local haunted attraction. And we've done that. We understand.
That. Okay, not only have we done that, we've done that and done haunt reviews.
Yeah.
Of the haunts we had visited.
Yeah.
So we were doing basically a podcast.
Uh-huh.
And we were working on our home haunt. And we were working 2 nights a week at a local haunt as volunteer actors.
Yeah.
The fuck were we thinking?
We were young. I don't
know.
Anyway,
moving on. Max Schick says, bring returning customers a better and different show. I respect that answer so hard, you don't even know.
Keone Hutton says, see every haunt in the area.
That is, well, depending upon the area, admittedly, that's pretty ambitious.
Mm-hmm.
Gene Papalis, right? I have no idea how to say the middle name. Just realized that. Said they want to do new DIY LED spotlights. They need to build 70. And it's like, this was like a journey for me reading this comment. Because when they said, we need to build we're building new LEDs, it's like, oh yeah, we've done that. That's cool. We've done a couple of those. We do them in the yard display, kind of 70 of them. Fuck me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, good luck.
Scott Mousseau said get a location to finally have a place to start building so that everything in storage can finally see the light of night.
You know, we have a friend who we were talking about in just a minute, a little bit. Yeah, we can relate. We've seen something similar.
Yeah, and they finally have a place, so there is hope.
And Scott Mousseau said...
Nope.
Oh, no, wrong one. Sam Farrell said, decrease wait time by at least 25%. Go back to what I said about finding things to kill your throughput and just killing them.
Yeah.
I think that's relevant. Also, changing the route, mixing the blackout areas, and experimenting with group timing.
Okay.
I agree with all those things, because I hate blackout areas.
Yeah.
As a general feel there, I don't like blackout areas. And experimenting group timing, as long as you treat it as an experiment, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
Well, I mean, he's got to do some experimentation in order to get the 25% less wait time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
absolutely. So, yeah.
So that brings us to this week's question of the week.
Yeah, which is, what can haunts do to legitimately and without pissing you off get more money from you? What do they need to do? Do they need to have longer haunt run times? Have better special effects? Maybe multiple attractions with separate queues? What can a haunted attraction do to literally and legitimately get more money from you? Let us know at hauntweekly.com, Haunt Weekly on Twitter, Haunt Weekly on Facebook, and youtube.com/Haunt Weekly. Let us know, because as two people who are very interested in marketing, this is a hell of a question.
Yeah. For me, an easy one would be to get signed t-shirts. If you've got a character that you're promoting, put them on a t-shirt and have them sign it. I would pay extra for a signed t-shirt.
You know, I'm going to take your idea and run with it, but take it a step further.
All right.
Because I think the answer for me is I want legitimately good merch, period.
Well, yeah. Yes.
We have harped on this so many times.
Yes. And we go back to blah, blah, blah episode to not be put in later.
Yeah, I'm not editing that shit.
No,
you can just pretend. You can pretend I did, though.
Yeah. And listen to those about how much we really want to see diversity in merch that you can purchase at haunts. But that's when everybody has t-shirts.
Yeah.
Like that's to me, everybody does a t-shirt. Even some home haunts do t-shirts.
Now, t-shirts is the bare minimum.
Yeah.
T-shirt and hats.
Yeah.
And other clothing articles are probably the bare minimum acceptable.
Yeah. even like it would be kind of cool to do a VIP meet and greet with the character, if it's like before opening.
Yeah, this is one of the things that's been bothering me. Like, we've been to a lot of haunts that have done photo booth opportunities.
Yeah.
Like 13th Gate does one.
Mm-hmm.
We've been to all these opportunities for photo booth. None have involved the lead actor.
No. Well, and sometimes you don't know who the lead actors are.
Well, yeah, that's problem A, but
yeah.
But seriously, like, give me an opportunity to be with your face of your haunt.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing that I think we do exceptionally well, is because Bernie Baxter is the lead character.
Mm-hmm.
He's out in front.
Yeah.
He's getting selfies done every fucking year.
Yeah.
I've had so many quote-unquote selfies taken with me.
Make sure to tell them to tag our...
Yeah, no fucking shit. I have actually mentioned that multiple times, and them fuckers don't do it.
Yeah, anyway.
So, anyway. But still,
right.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so in addition to working on our haunt, we have been working on planning our haunt visits.
Yes.
And that's where this week's topic comes from, actually, is some frustrations with that process.
Uh-huh.
But basically, we've been trying to plan our haunt visits here since this is the first year we've done a full haunt tour since 2019.
Yes.
We did not do one in 2020, did not do one in 2021. First year.
Yep.
And I'm excited about it. We've been...
I am too.
So, I hesitate to mention this because these dates are super subject to change.
Yes.
Especially one of the dates we're going to get into in a minute. But our tentative plans for the local area haunts, and we know you listen to the podcast, so just take some fucking notes, y'all. September 30th, we're looking to head to the mortuary. That's one of their first open. It's not their actual opening night. I think it's the first Friday they're open. Mm-hmm. They're open the Saturday the week before. We're trying not to catch people on opening nights because that's a dick move.
Yeah.
And I admit that. October 6th, we're looking to hit 13th Gate. That is the Thursday before what will probably be our biggest weekend.
Yeah.
Because that's the weekend we're looking at making some kind of trip.
Yes, that's October 7th through the 9th is the field trip.
Yeah.
And we don't know where we're going yet, but we're going to go somewhere.
Right now, and hey, if you're out there and you have insight on this, please let us know.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it... This year we want to keep it more local.
Yeah.
Meaning less than 10 hours to get to.
Well, basically right now...
Close to 7.
Yeah. Because the issue is this. We haven't done a haunt trip since 2019. And this is our first opportunity in quite some time. But you're busy at work. I am surprisingly busy in my job, even though we're supposedly entering kind of a dead time. Mm-hmm. Not working out that way. So we're looking at making this a driving trip rather than a flying trip.
Yeah.
And our two options are to go north of 55 from New Orleans, basically, up towards St. Louis, and that would get us about to Memphis.
Right.
So between New Orleans and Memphis. And we have found a lot of haunts in that region. Mm-hmm. All of them rural, though. None of them in cities. The other option is to take I-10 east and hit, Gulfport, Biloxi, Pensacola, the towns on the Gulf Coast, and see what we find there. And honestly, we've not found a lot of haunts on that stretch. We're still working on it. But
if you have ideas for anywhere within
driving distance in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. The only exclusion I'm going to give you is I-10 west going toward Houston, because we did that recently.
Yeah.
Now, we're planning on and trying to visit like Fright Trail and a few others that are to the west of us, but that will not be the far afield trip.
No.
No. Oh, and also on October 14th, after the field trip,
yes,
we're looking at hitting Decomposed, a brand new haunt by our friend.
Yes.
Is opening up in Homa here, so about an hour away from us.
Right, and then October 16th, we'll be visiting Rise.
Which, that's an all fucking night thing.
It is. Like I said, all dates are tentative, but that's what we're looking at.
Yeah, and the Rise trip, I mean, people who have followed us for a while may remember that we used to do Rise and 13th Gate in the same day.
Yeah.
No.
Rise has grown up.
Rise has grown up. It's a big boy now. It's a big haunt now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, no, that's not even like being sardonic. That's fucking legitimately the truth.
Yeah.
Because they now have 3 separate attractions. Mm-hmm. There's no fucking way we can do everything at Rise and then hit 13th Gate. No. Because when you look at the time, it's about an hour from Rise to 13th Gate drive-wise. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's not happening. I don't anticipate being done with Rise until we're so tired all we can do is get our asses home.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, all these dates are very, very tentative. This is the way we're thinking right now. We are very excited about the season. We have not seen any of these haunts since 2019.
No.
We did see we got a behind the scenes tour of Rise, but that doesn't really.
Right.
That tells you more about how they operate behind the scenes rather than what the actual haunt is like.
Yeah, exactly.
Still very, very cool, and I'm very, very grateful for it. But I still have no fucking idea what Rise is like as a customer.
And they kept talking about all the things they still needed to do.
Oh my god.
So
I've got all this in my head.
Yeah. But
yeah.
They'll get it done, but it'll even be more different from when we saw the walkthrough.
Yeah. So, anyways, but basically, one of the things that's been going on this past week or so is I've been making the schedule, and where appropriate, I guess is the correct answer, is buying tickets.
Yeah.
And the ticket buying process has not gone very smooth. As it sits right now, I only have tickets to 2 haunts.
Yeah.
And that's not because we're only going to 2 haunts.
No. But we're going to get into the reasons why.
Yeah. So basically, this illustrated a problem to me, which is that haunts are unintentionally, and I'm assuming unintentionally, screwing their customers. So we're going to point out the ways that's happening, and hopefully there's still some time left to correct some of these more egregious errors.
Yeah.
On that note.
All right. Online ticket sales in general.
Yeah. I put this one in. Yeah. I'll take ownership of it, but we have harped on this so many times.
Customers are likely to spend more.
Yeah, there have been multiple studies that show that customers who are buying their tickets online are going to spend more money there than they would at a ticket booth.
Yeah. And I can see that. I mean, because it makes it easier.
Well, and especially when you do combo passes and offer lots of different things that maybe they don't know they wanted, like 5-minute escape rooms or whatnot. Yeah, it gets very easy to tempt people into spending more money than they intended online, especially since, as we all know, online isn't real, therefore any money you spend there isn't real money. I wish.
Yeah.
I really fucking wish.
Yeah. But, I mean, the customers are taking a risk because they may not spend that ticket. They may not turn it into you. They may do like we did in 2020. Roll up, see the crowd of people, get scared, and run away.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, basically the issue is this. When someone buys a ticket, especially like right now, we're still in August. So any haunt opening is probably a month and plus some change in the future.
Yeah.
Shit changes.
It does.
They could have their car totally explode and not be able to drive anywhere. They could get a new job and not be free Friday, Saturday nights.
Yeah, basically life happens.
Yeah. So anyone who buys a ticket right now is taking a risk that they will not be able to redeem that ticket.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a very real problem. And here's the thing. I hate calling people out. I don't like doing it. But HauntPay has been probably the bane of this problem because they keep advertising their services free and then we pass along the fee to the customers.
Yeah.
And I understand the logic, and there is research that supports their claims here that customers prefer that add-on fee versus just a higher ticket price, and I get that. But here's the thing. Multiple occasions, including multiple occasions at the same haunt, we have seen people waiting for their group. And one of the group members bought the ticket online, and the others bought it in person at the ticket booth. And the person that bought online went, well, shit, I paid more.
Yeah, exactly. It should not cost more per ticket or per item to buy online than it does in person. In fact, it should cost less.
If anything, it should cost less.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, as a marketer and as an ideologue, apparently, I would say it should cost the same. Unless you're running some kind of special with coupon codes and shit like that. Or you're selling tickets super far out like they are now.
Yeah, like I think that buying them now for less is perfect.
I deserve at least a small token of thank you for buying now and believing in us. Because there are several haunts in our area, not naming names, where they're selling tickets now in mid-August. But there's no discount, there's no benefit. And to those haunts, I haven't bought your tickets yet.
Yeah, that's why we only have Two.
Yeah, both the 13th Gate and New Orleans Nightmare offered real, practical deals to encourage me to buy early.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. Because they did that, they have high priority on our haunt visit calendar.
Yeah.
Just saying. So, yeah, we got to stop penalizing customers that are taking a risk on you.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. Even if you don't see it the way I do, here's some undeniable facts. They are reducing the line at your ticket booth.
Yes.
They are not going to be people standing in line like jackasses at your ticket booth holding up shit for other people.
Mm-hmm.
They won't be that. And as such, they're also helping your ticket booth by having digital tickets that they can just walk up and have scanned. They're streamlining that whole process for you. So stop punishing them. Yeah. They are helping you. They are giving you money they never are 100% certain to be able to redeem.
Yeah.
Let them pay money to you. Encourage this.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why Haunt Pay and others are like, yeah, we're just going to charge them the extra $250 or whatever in the fees. Here's the thing. I run a business that works off credit cards primarily.
Mm-hmm.
My consulting business. I know what credit card transactions cost, including online. It is not 10%.
No.
It is usually 1.9% plus 30 cents.
Yeah. So
if we're talking closer, we'll just say 3%. You know this is a money-making thing for you and that you're screwing your customers to make more money. Stop it. No. Please, please, please encourage and reward those customers that give enough of a shit about you to buy tickets for you online in August.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that doesn't sound that fucking hard, does it?
No.
But yet, here we are. Well, the second way is somewhat related.
And this one surprised me.
This one surprised the fuck out of me, too, because I've been dealing with this all fucking week, and I'm not happy about it. Selling tickets before announcing dates and times.
Yeah.
What the abject fuck are you doing? I'm sorry. No, what the fuck is this shit? Because, okay, like, look, we bought the tickets for New Orleans Nightmare as our easy, cheap example here. And I'm very happy we bought them. We got a great deal. We got way off. And I'm happy about it.
At least half off.
Yeah, I'm not mad about the deal I got.
No.
Believe me. But here's the thing. They've not announced the dates.
Yeah.
So theoretically, if they wanted to be a total asshole to me, they could just say, oh, yeah, this season we're doing a limited run. Only open the 28th, 29th, and 31st. The nights we're open for the whole month. And totally fuck us. And they just get the $30 and we can't do anything about it.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not going to do that, obviously. No. But they fucking could, and that murders me.
Yeah.
Seriously, do not announce tickets. Don't sell tickets to an event people do not know if they can attend or not.
Yeah.
It's really that simple. And the thing is, like, this is incredibly common. Mm-hmm. I've seen several haunts that have done this both locally and nationally. And all I can say to myself is, if you're going to announce the dates your haunt is open on September 1st, not an unreasonable time to do it. Mm-hmm. That is not me judging the time frame here.
Yeah.
That is when you start selling tickets, not 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a hell of a deal with New Orleans Nightmare, and I'm not mad about the deal. I'm not mad at anybody. But the realization that I didn't even know what times or dates were available. Mm-hmm. Like, we've been trying to fill... Go ahead. Go ahead, no.
So that just shows you the power of online ticketing sales. Because we didn't even know what the dates are, when they're going to be open.
And we spent $30 for 2 tickets after fees and taxes and whatnot.
And we bought the same deal the past 2 years and haven't been.
Yeah. Yeah, New Orleans Nightmare literally has probably about $100 of my money that has never been redeemed and never will be redeemed.
Nope.
And you know what? I'm not mad about it.
Oh, no.
And this isn't me being pissed off.
No, we made the choice.
We made the choice both times. But seriously, if you're going to sell tickets, at least make it clear what days and times you'll be open so the customer can make a reasonable and rational decision if they want to buy those tickets.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. I don't think that's super complicated, but apparently it is. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. All right. Next up.
Requiring customers to pick the date and times months in advance. This is so aggravating.
Jesus Christ.
This is hard to do whenever you've got jobs with that that often demand your time
at
the last minute. Yeah.
In unpredictable ways.
Yes, like this weekend, I have spent a lot of time working at my day job over the weekend because things happened.
Well, and you work for a university, kids are coming in, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, like, several of the haunts locally are asking us to pick the date and time we're going to attend. Now. Way in the middle of August.
Yeah.
You gotta realize, like, a lot of these I bought like 5 or 7 days ago.
Yeah, I mean...
Or didn't buy.
Yeah, we could get to the dates that we pick and it'd be sick. Or the car broke down. Or, a job thing came up. Anything.
And here's the thing. Time ticketing is something that was big during COVID for very, very appropriate reasons. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. I don't begrudge haunts that are keeping time ticketing because it does solve a lot of problems for them. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. If you're going to do time ticketing, please, for the love of mercy, if I'm buying the tickets in August, make it... This is where New Orleans Nightmare did right. Uh-huh. I mean, we got issues with their buying process, but one of the things they did right was said, hey, we're not actually selling you tickets. We're selling you coupon codes to redeem for the tickets later.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine. I'm not getting pissed about that.
No.
But like several haunts I have checked out and tried to buy tickets for, it's been like, when are you gonna go? I'm like, I don't fucking know. It's fucking August, you weirdo.
Yeah, we don't know, and you're not running a deal, so we're not buying right now. We're gonna wait until we know for certain that we can go when we want.
And that's the problem. Like, let's say that I pick a random Friday at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Perfectly reasonable thing we would do.
Yeah.
What happens if I'm driving there and I get a flat tire?
Yep.
What happens if I wake up that morning and I've got the fucking stomach flu and I'm puking my guts out into PBR buckets, actual thing. Because we have the vomit bucket, it's a PBR bucket. And honestly, I can't think of anything better to have as a vomit bucket than a PBR bucket. I'm just saying. It's the perfect vomit bucket. But basically, yeah. What if I wake up and I'm doing that? How fucked am I? And I've lost Crystal now. And that's probably for the best, because whoever followed me on that probably should be very ashamed of themselves.
Well, there's... Yeah. Anyway.
But you know what I mean. This was something New Orleans Nightmare handled well because, yeah, they had not announced the dates when I bought the tickets.
Right.
But I still bought the tickets because the tickets were exchangeable as coupon codes for any dates I wanted to go in the future.
Exactly.
So, like, I'm reasonably sure they're going to run a full season because, of course, they are. They're a professional haunt. Mm-hmm. That's what they do. And when I pick the date, and I'll probably pick the date as soon as they announce the dates, I can do that.
Yeah.
But the main thing is there have been several haunts where it's like, yeah, we know it's like August 15th. But what date in October are you coming by and what time specifically?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Like, I don't think anybody... Like, we have the excuse of we run our own haunt, we have other haunts we're going to, we're big haunted attraction fans. It's the busy time of year. Mm-hmm. But even if that's not you, I am sure you have other things that can interfere. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I don't know. I fucking hate that. I hate trying to schedule my life, 60 days in advance, which is exactly what this is trying to do. And I say that as I remember we're going to a Rammstein conference we've had planned for 2.5 years. But
concert.
Rammstein concert. But that's not our fault.
We didn't plan it 2.5 years ago. COVID happened. And then they didn't come to the U.S.
And this is one of the issues, like both with this and the first issue, mm-hmm. which is the price hike you get on online ticket sales.
Right.
The only reason we as an industry get away with it is because Ticketmaster does far worse.
Yep.
And frankly, fuck Ticketmaster. Why the hell are we considering Ticketmaster the bar?
Yeah.
Like, Ticketmaster sucks.
It does. All right.
I want us to do better. Moving on, though. Number 4. This one is not super important to us, but we've heard horror stories about this.
Yeah.
and that is unfair cancellation / rain delay policies.
Mm-hmm.
And this is mostly true for outdoor haunts.
Yeah.
So what happens if I'm going to your trail haunt, or I'm planning on going to your trail haunt, and I purchase a ticket online, and I'm all excited about going, rip-roaring mad about going, and then I get there, and then a random rainstorm that hit your area alone makes it so that you had to close. What happens? I'm assuming nothing good is the answer. And this was something like with the old House of Shock that was a big issue. And one of the, I don't want to say it was the reason they closed. I don't think it was. But it was a very inglorious way to end their run. Because they had to close Halloween. Okay, there was rain in the area. They had a partially outdoor haunt. I'm not mad at them, and I don't blame them for that decision.
Right.
What was upsetting was that they did that, and then people were pissed off and trying to figure out how to get a refund, and it did not seem straightforward.
Right, and, you've got to remember that some people come from out of town, like us. Whenever we go on our trip, we're not coming back to that area that haunt season.
No. We're going through on the 7th, 8th, or 9th, which is when we're doing our trip this year, October. Yeah, there's no second chance.
No.
If you're canceled the night we were planning on showing up, I'm sorry. That's just it. It's over. We don't get a second chance. And I'm not mad at you about it, especially if you are a trail haunt or an outdoor haunt and you have no choice. But what is your refund and exchange policy? If your policy is, we'll give you a ticket for the next night, that doesn't help.
And what if it's the last night of the season?
Oh, gee. That's why I have the House of Shock,
Yeah, what do you do then? So.
Yeah, I don't really know what the House of Shock did that year, but I know I read multiple people online expressing concerns about getting their money back.
Yeah.
And being frustrated that it wasn't more simple. So if you have an outdoor haunt and you might have to close randomly due to weather, you need a policy where you can refund the tickets bought for that night rather than just saying, oh yeah, you're going to get a rain check.
Yeah.
Rain checks don't exist in our industry, guys. I'm sorry. We have to pretend that's the case.
Yeah.
We can offer a rain check. You can say, hey, we'll give you a ticket for the next night or whatever. And if they take it, cool. Because if they're local and they can come by easily the next night, that's great for everyone involved. But what if they're us? Or what if they are any of these other haunt reviewers or people that come from far away?
Yeah.
Or like you said, what if it's the last night or one of the last nights of the year?
Yeah.
Like what if, I'm going there October 30th and October 31st, since it's a Monday this year, I'm working and I can't come by.
Yeah.
So what happens if I'm planning on coming on the 30th or the 29th, and you're like, oh, yeah, we'll give you a ticket for Halloween night, and I can't possibly be there. I work.
Yeah.
I'm an adult human being.
Yeah, and, Halloween night, you might have other plans. You might not be able to go to a haunt. You might have family obligations.
Yeah, even if you can theoretically go, you might have a party to go to. You might have other things to do.
Kids take trick-or-treating. You might have to... Well, it's true.
No, it's 100% true. You just said the K word, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I know.
Say kid. Don't mention kids around me.
You might know that the haunt is going to be slammed that night,
and just not want to bother with it.
Yeah, you not want to go and deal with.
Yeah, there was a reason you went the Friday or Saturday before.
Yeah, because you didn't have to get up and work the next day, and you can't be there until after midnight.
Yeah. So these policies have been historically unfair. Some haunts have done this well, but most haunts have not. And honestly, this is something I'd like to see improve, because as long as you have a haunt which can be canceled due to a whim of Mother Nature, you've got to plan for how to refund the tickets bought because of a whim of Mother Nature.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that brings us to number 5.
Yes.
Oh, God, this is going to get in so much trouble.
Yeah.
And I wrote this, and I have to take ownership of it.
Yeah. Not being upfront about content. And this is something that...
we've harped on.
We've talked about. Other people have talked about it, too. But we need to be upfront about what's in the haunt. Not just say, oh, yes, it's very scary.
Oh, it's very, very scary, very frightening. Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening me.
Yes. Galileo.
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 Because here's the thing. Different people have different thresholds for gore/violence, for physical contact, for sexual content, and even for language.
Yeah.
Like, I know I swear like a goddamn motherfucking piece of shit sailor.
Okay.
I know I do. And you know what? The people around me have come to expect that from me. And they typically get more worried about me when I'm not swearing. Because they understand what that means.
Yeah. But yeah, there's different limits for people.
Yeah.
And you never know who's going to want to visit your haunt.
And here's the thing, like in our industry, customers tapping out or using the safe word or otherwise powdering out is seen as a badge of honor. But here's the question I have to constantly ask myself. Why are they tapping out? Is it because they were adequately informed about everything that be in the haunt? They thought they could handle it, and then they got inside and said, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Or were they ambushed with content they weren't expecting and were not prepared for and was bad for their mental health and powdered out because this was actively harmful to them and they were unaware it would be?
Yeah.
Those are two very different scenarios.
It is, because consent matters.
Yeah, it does.
Basically, it matters in every aspect of our industry, and we're not the best.
If I put on my sign and warn you, there are gory elements in this, there's going to be a lot of distract and startles, you're going to get a lot of jump scares, blah, 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 blah.
Well, and you don't even have to say jump scares or distract and startles. You could say loud noises, flashing lights, the things that are usually on the rules or the warnings manner.
The problem is you say they're usually on the rules and the warnings, but they're not, is the exact problem we're here about.
Yeah, I know.
But basically, yeah, if I had warned someone about the content of the haunt, and they get halfway through and say they can't take anymore, yeah, we whoop their ass, right? We had a fair playing field.
Yeah.
And they thought they could handle it, and they were wrong. We beat the shit out of them. I guess go team. Even though we're going to get into why not go team in a minute. But if I didn't warn them, and these are people with severe PTSD triggers around sexual assault or violence or super gory violence or whatever, and we're hitting them with that when they weren't expecting it, that is not a win. That is nothing. That is nothing other than you traumatizing someone.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, we need to, and the attitude I've started taking is that we need to assume that customers tapping out or surrendering or whatever, especially at a pro haunt, not so much at a home haunt, but at a pro haunt where people paid money, it's a bad thing.
Yeah, because you want those customers to keep coming back.
Yeah.
And if you have them constantly tapping out, then they're not going to want to come back.
And we've seen an exception to this rule at Myrtle Beach when we did those haunts.
Yeah.
There were some girls who apparently they tapped out quicker than a UFC fighter in an actual chokehold, you know?
Yeah.
Because they just kept powdering out. But they kept coming back. What's up? What were we saying? No. But they kept coming back.
Well, they came back whenever they saw us get in line.
And they also had bounce back tickets and deals for that.
Yeah.
That we didn't have. And I don't know why they thought we would be their shepherds through this.
Because we're older than them.
Oh, honey.
Yeah.
And then, remember, they were like, where's your husband? A, not my husband. B, I have no idea. He's his own person.
I don't know. He ran ahead because y'all wouldn't keep up.
And here's the thing. I didn't actually run ahead.
Yeah, I know.
I just did not know y'all had fallen behind.
Yeah, I know.
So I didn't, consciously go, move ahead. It was, where'd everyone go?
Yeah.
But anyways, so yeah, the customers that tap out, that powder out, whatever, likely aren't coming back. Though in some cases, like with a year-round haunt or a tourist haunt, they might come back multiple times in the same season, but that's not what we're talking about here.
No.
They aren't getting the full show. A lot of haunts, quite wisely, reserve some of their best and most interesting scenes toward the end. They're not going to see that.
No.
And the thing is, they don't get the satisfaction of, quote-unquote, conquering the haunt.
Yeah.
We're selling a power fantasy at the end of the day.
Yeah. You get to knowingly enter a place that's going to try to scare you and overcome your fear on the exit.
We're like video games. Like, video games are a good analogy because a video game is supposed to be a challenge. Mm-hmm. You're supposed to have to work at it. You're supposed to like push it and challenge yourself with it. But you're still supposed to be able to beat it. Like, you think about the hardest video games, Dark Souls, Elden Ring, and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. They're still meant to be beaten by the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. Mm-hmm. It's true. Because the whole hope is that you will put in the effort and beat this game through whatever mechanisms you have.
Yeah.
And that you will get a sense of satisfaction and feel a reward from it. And that is what haunts do, but on a much shorter time scale.
Yeah.
And the result of that is anyone that powders out or taps out or just can't take anymore, mm-hmm. yeah, they are not getting that experience.
Yeah. Exactly.
And, like, okay, I get it. I've been to so many haunts. I don't get that experience, full stop. I can't relate to it. Like, we go to haunts and it's like, yay, it was a haunt. Mm-hmm. We're sitting there analyzing the minutia of the haunt. But most people go to a haunt in hopes that they will be scared, they will be terrified, they will have a moment of panic, but they will get through it and finish it.
Yeah.
They will survive.
Yeah, because that rush that you get when you get a good scare, mm-hmm. people get a similar kind of rush when they finish being scared.
Yeah. Because that's
all those little hormones in the brain get.
Yeah, we're supposed to give people a shot of adrenaline, mm-hmm. and then let them enjoy that shot of adrenaline as mm-hmm. it fades away. Mm-hmm. And I don't think a lot of haunters get that because I see haunts that are like attack, 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 attack. Get these people on the floor. Get them crying. Get them surrender. No. You attack them. You make them scream. You make them feel, uncomfortable and startled. But then you give them that moment where they can, we're okay, we're fine, we're coming down. Then you hit them again. But you do this repeatedly in such a way that they never feel the need to tap out. They're never so scared that they walk away.
Yeah.
And if your whole goal is to make customers tap out, you are depriving those customers of a significant portion of the haunt experience. And when you're charging $20, $25, $30 or more for a ticket, they better get the fucking cathartic experience, assholes.
No.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, because if they're not getting that feeling of conquest, that feeling of accomplishment, mm-hmm. what are you selling them?
Yeah.
Because that's the thing.
Because then it's no longer entertaining.
It's no longer entertaining. It's no longer fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's no longer any of the stuff a haunt is supposed to be, ultimately.
Exactly.
And so, yeah, I really want to go more into this later, especially maybe after this haunting season, because I think we'll have more to say about it then. Mm-hmm. But basically, yeah, I have, especially for pro haunts, for haunts with a cash ticket price, I have stopped thinking of tap outs and powder outs as good, wholesome fun, and more like, okay, you've gone too hard on that person. Mm-hmm. And they are not getting the best experience they could get.
Yeah.
And I really want to work on that. Because like I said, that Myrtle Beach haunt where the girls kept powdering out, the people that were working there were super proud about it.
Yeah.
Even bragging to their faces about it. And it's like, yeah, okay, you did a good job. And I guess they're here again, so I can't argue too much about it. But yeah, what happens when you do that to enough people and nobody wants to go to your haunt? You're out of business. It's done. You're over.
Yeah. Or you've got a very, very small percentage of the population that does want to go.
Yeah.
You've cut your audience.
Yeah. And ultimately, the thing is, some of these tap outs, some of these, I can't take anymore, they can't avoid it. Mm-hmm. There are some people that no matter how hard you warn them, no matter how many opportunities you give, are going to go to your haunt and at the first jump scare are going to crap out. And you know what? I get that. Mm-hmm. That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about not making your goal. Your goal should be for people to leave your haunt smiling from ear to fucking ear.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
It is.
Well, I think that's everything.
Yeah.
And honestly, I know I'm going to get some pushback about the, tap outs are a bad thing. Mm-hmm. But that's okay, because you know what? I believe it's true, and I run a home haunt, so I don't have to fucking worry about that issue.
Yeah, well, and, you could always let us know your thoughts on whether or not it's good or bad.
Yeah, at hauntweekly.com, Haunt Weekly on Twitter, Haunt Weekly on Facebook. That's actually the main place that people do that. Mm-hmm. And also youtube.com/Haunt Weekly. Leave a comment on this, because comments are interaction. Interaction means helpful with the algorithm. So we appreciate that.
So join the conversation.
Join the conversation, diddly-diddly-dee. I'm not going to push too hard for that. But yeah, I want to hear your thoughts on this, because I've been hearing a lot of talk about how this is a good thing, scaring people so hard they can't come back. Mm-hmm. And every time I see it, I kind of do a little internal cringe.
Yeah, we've unintentionally done that once.
Oh, yeah.
That I know of in the past couple of years. And I feel terrible about it and still hope that,
Well, here, like talk about it, some of that can't be avoided.
No.
And it doesn't matter how tame your haunt is. Some people just, they're not, this isn't for them. And you're going to get those customers, and that's life. But to intentionally target and make that a goal, I am not liking that idea.
No.
I think the goal should be to send everyone home with a big fucking shit-eating grin on their face, happy as a clam, going home and bragging to their friends about how they survived the haunted house.
Or how that person scared me so much, but I kept going.
But I finished it, I got up and I kept going, and I didn't let them stop me.
Yeah.
Because that's a hell of a good story.
It is.
And honestly, it's a way better story than, oh yeah, they scared me, I fell on the floor, I pissed myself, and they threw me out.
Yeah. Or I asked to leave, and I don't recommend anybody else go.
Yeah. Those are terrible fucking stories.
Yeah.
I much prefer when people are like, yeah, they scared me. I fell down and I got so excited, I screamed like a little girl, a teeny tiny little girl, and whatever. Mm-hmm. A teeny tiny little girl. And I got all frightened, but I survived. Uh-huh. That's better than, like I said, the opposite. But yes, all those places I mentioned, hauntweekly.com, Haunt Weekly on Twitter, Haunt Weekly on Facebook, and youtube.com/hauntweekly. Let us know your thoughts on this, because I think this is something we're going to work on this year. Mm-hmm. Is trying to make it so that the haunt is scary, but not so scary people powder out on the semi-regular.
Okay.
I mean, and granted, for us as a home haunt, it doesn't really fucking matter.
Because we're short, and we've only had a few groups ever get stuck. Like, not wanting to move stuck.
Yeah, we've had a fair amount of groups powder out and do the surrender. And we've had a fair amount of groups who've just bolted through it so quickly that I'm pretty sure what they saw was a matter for quantum physics.
Yeah, exactly.
We've had a lot of that, but we've only had a couple, like you mentioned, who got stuck.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't avoid it, because human beings are by their very nature unpredictable. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But yeah, let us know what you think about that. So until next time, once again, hauntweekly.com, Haunt Weekly on Twitter, Haunt Weekly on Facebook, and youtube.com/hauntweekly. Let us know your thoughts on this. But until next week, where it's time to do the news, and we got a lot of news already. It's been pretty busy. We will see you all next week.